Hello students, today I am going to explain about the topic law, Ohm's law and its experimental verification. This law plays very important role in the field of electricity. Without this law, we are unable to explain or to understand the concept of electricity. Okay? A great scientist Ohm, his full name George Simon Ohm, established a relationship between electric potential difference and the flow of current. He deduced the law and called this law as Ohm's law of electricity. Okay, so a statement according to this law, at constant temperature, I am going to explain the law. At constant temperature and the physical conditions of a conductor, the electric potential difference produced between 2 points of the conductor is directly proportional to the amount of flow of current. This is the statement given by the Ohm. He derived the relations between potential difference and flow of the current. Let V is equal to potential difference across the end of 2 points A and B of the conductor, and I is amount of flow of current. Then the Ohm's law mathematically stated as V proportional to I. In place of proportional, we have to keep a constant, put a constant. V is equal to R into I. R is constant in place of proportional. R is a constant of proportionality. This is called resistance of conductor. Resistance of conductor is the characteristics of the conductor which opposes the flow of current. It is present in each and every conducting material, and R depends on size, length, thickness, nature of the material from which the conductor is made up of, okay, and the temperature of the conductor at that time. What will be the temperature of the conductor at that time? R changes. Resistance so depends upon temperature of the conductor. I have written here. Okay. In fact, the resistance is the internal property of a conductor. To resist the flow of charge through it, it opposes the flow of current to pass through it. Now, its SI unit is volt per ampere. Since V is equal to I into R, so R is equal to V by I, volt per ampere. And in the honor of the scientist Ohm, its SI unit is also called Ohm. The SI unit of resistance is hence Ohm. Hence, the resistance is defined as, once again I am going to define, try to understand. Hence, the resistance is defined as the characteristic property of a conductor by virtue of which it opposes the flow of current to pass through it. Its experimental verification. If you want to verify experimentally the Ohm's law, we have a setup circuit diagram which consists of a battery, rheostat, ammeter, voltmeter, resistors, electric switch and electrical wires. So I have just drawn to verify this. In order to verify, ammeter is connected in series. Just you can see here, ammeter I have written, and voltmeter is connected in parallel across the R to measure the potential difference. It is observed that when the voltage increases gradually, the potential difference across R increases. It means then the current also increases gradually. The current also increases gradually. Okay, of the current you have to write here current potential difference. I am just writing here potential difference. Okay, so what we observe, if the voltage increases, either the voltage or current increases, both. If current increases, voltage increases. If voltage increases, current increases. Hence, both are directly proportional to each other. V proportional to each other. It was derived by if the graph between voltage potential difference and current is drawn, then we obtain a graph as a straight line. The graph is a straight line. This shows that V is directly proportional to current, and hence the slope of V and I gives the value of resistance, and thus this value of resistance is equal to the V and I. Thus we have written here, as for U, this is due to the reason that V is equal to R into I. Just you are looking, I have written here V is equal to R into I. And if the graph I have drawn some taking some numerical value of the V and I, we are just looking here the graph of the V and I. The slope of V and I is equal to R. So R is the slope of V and I, and thus the Ohm's law is verified experimentally. In this topic, one important topic, resistance, is here. So how can we define resistance? So as we know that V proportional to I, where V is equal to voltage, I is equal to current, and R is equal to resistance. So R is equal to V by I. Thus the ratio of potential difference across its ends of conductor and amount of flow of the current is called a resistance. It can be also defined as the opposing property, internal opposing property of a conductor by virtue of which it opposes the flow of current. Okay, understand this? So now come to this point about the resistance. It is a scalar quantity, some characteristics. Its SI unit is ohm, sine is omega. I have written it is a fundamental property of conductor. It depends upon material or nature of the conductor from which the conductor is made up of. R depends. Next, second point, R depends upon the size, that means length, thickness of the conductor, and finally R depends upon the temperature of the. R is equal to V by R. In numerical value, 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. The question is generally asked that what is 1 ohm? Define 1 ohm. So 1 ohm is defined as that resistance of a conductor in which 1 ampere current flows between 2 points of a conductor having potential difference 1 volt. This is the 1 ohm. What are the differences between resistors and resistances? A resistor is an object of some conducting material having desired value of resistance, but resistance is the electrical property due to which it opposes. Just going to give you some important questions as given. Define resistance and SI unit of resistance. What are the factors which affect the resistance? I hope that this will help you to increase the knowledge of Ohm's law, in Ohm's law, and in case of electricity. Thank you.